Okay, here we are on round 3, and I'm delighted to say we're going to be changing colour, and we're going to be, I'm using the mistletoe colour, which is in the Stylecraft special pack. It's this one here, so it's the lighter green of the two. You don't have to match it at all, but this is, we're kind of replicating this part on our edging, so that's obviously the thinking behind the lighter green. And we're joining into the corner space on the short edge. So this is the right corner on the shortest edge, and we marked that stitch, which is handy. And you might see that my stitches have been used. That's because I got this wrong. And I'm redoing it, which is excellent. It means you won't have to, because I'll make special care to show you correctly. So I'm going to be joining in the yarn. Now this time we are working 3 chain to begin with, because this is going to form part of our treble 2 together UK terminology, or double crochet 2 together US terminology. So I'm going to secure it in place by putting that cut end over the working end and making my 3 chain. Now you can of course use standing stitches here. I'm not going to do that now, but if you wanted to use a standing stitch, I did show you how to do that in the Daylily. So this will work, it will work perfectly well here. So I'm going to make a treble in here now, UK terminology, double US terminology, and those little 2 things together will count as our first treble crochet 2 together, or double crochet 2 together. Now I'm making 2 chain, 3 chain, I beg your pardon, 3 chain, and then I'm going to do another one of those little clusters in the same space. Now what we're actually going to, and I'm not going to focus too much because we've done so many of these, you'll know how to do them. If you're at this stage, you'll certainly know how to do them. And if I stop there, you'll see I've got 2 of them. Now in actual fact, we're going to end up with 3 in this corner, but the third one is going to be made after we've worked up this long side and joined. All right, so for now we're sticking with 2, but this will become the middle one and this will become the left hand one. The right hand one is to follow shortly. And we're off. So we're going to make 3 chain, and we're going to anchor into that long chain, or the 5 chain that we made from the previous round, with 1 UK double crochet, US single crochet, 3 chain again, 1, 2 and 3. And in our next double crochet, which is horribly stretched, I apologize, yours will not look like this, we're going to repeat those little treble 2 togethers again. So 2 treble 2 together, or double 2 together if you're a US terminology, and 3 chain between them, and the same thing again in the same space. So I think this is familiar. This sort of mimics very closely what we've been doing in our motifs as we've been working them. This time in the edges as we go along, we're only going to put 2 in. We're only going to have more in the corners. Edges, just the 2. All right, so another 3 chain, and we're coming down to put a double crochet again to anchor it into that space. Now, here is where I went wrong, and you're not going to. It's important that you see how we deal with the dip and how you deal with the peak. And once you've done the dip and the peak, that's the repeat, and you can finish that edging quite happily without me. So I want you to be careful here, because you do not put another chain space in this space. All right, no chain space. We're going straight in to the treble 2 together clusters, and they're going to go into that 1 chain space that you made on the previous round. That sits above where you pulled everything together with those double crochet 3 together. There's a chain space there. It's really obvious where it is, and that's where you're just going to put the next pair of treble 2 together, or double 2 together, depending on which terminology you prefer. There's the first one, and our 3 chain, and there's the second one. Okay, and we're going to come up the other side. I'll just stop and you can have a look there. So what it does is it makes it nice and neat down in that little dip here. Okay, nice and neat. There's not too many chains or anything going on there at all. So we're going to come straight out of making that second treble 2 together, and we're going to put a double crochet into this next chain space, and it just sits so neatly if I take that out, it sits so neatly in that dip that it doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need any more chain spaces to give it any distance. Okay, so we're now back to our normal kind of pattern, which is 3 chain to bring us up to the next place that we're going to put those little pair of treble 2 together. And you can see it's in that double crochet stitch. It's really obvious. These are the anchor stitches we made from the round before. So there's sort of nothing there but them, if you know what I mean. So it makes it nice and clear where they need to go. Okay, so that's that next little group done. So 3 chain, and we're going to put a double crochet into the next chain space, and 3 chain again. Now we've got a group here of 5 double crochet, and we've marked the middle one, and that is where we're going to put our next pair of treble 2 together. So I'm just going to take that out and get my hook in there nice and quick so I don't lose the space. There's the first one going in, and 3 chain, 2, 3, and the second one going in. Okay, just move my little stitch marker there. This is what we look like so far. Very, very nice. And we're at the pinnacle here. So all I'm going to do is go down, basically repeat what I've done here. All right, from the beginning, repeat that down the other side. So 1, 2, 3 chain, 1 double crochet into that little next chain space, and off I go again. 1, 2, 3 chain. So I don't think you need to watch me complete that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to join you again on the video when I'm working up this, what will be the final sort of long edge, because there's a tiny bit of difference on this side. It's just the number of chains really, and you've got more stitches here to navigate. So it's a tiny bit of difference. I'll finish this and we'll pick it up again when I'm working up this edge. So I'm working along the long edge now, and you can see if I just move that along, this is the short edge where I started. So I'm working towards just joining into that corner. The long edges are very, very slightly different. Where we're sort of anchoring, which you're sort of familiar with, instead of 3 chain either side, we're doing 4 chain either side. And where we're landing, we don't have that sort of zigzag pattern. Where we're landing in those little patch of 5 double crochet. So all of our treble 2 together or double 2 together clusters go into the 3rd stitch of those 5 stitch groups. So it's much more standard working along the long sides. There's much less variation. So you just need to remember though that pair of treble 2 together stitches goes in the 3rd of the 5 double crochet, and you're making 4 chain instead of 3 between your little anchor points. So that is really, it's a nice very there's some TV there's some TV crochet in here, would you believe, in this lovely complicated you know, delicate and detailed pattern. You could probably do this, I think, in front of the telly. So yep, here I go again. I'm just putting those 2 treble 2 together, UK terminology, that pair in that 3rd double crochet. So not too arduous, not too difficult. And I'm going to finish up just to show you how to fasten this one off. Here's my 4 chain. I probably kind of joined you a little bit too soon here because I've got a little bit more to finish than I thought, but we're nearly there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm now going to be doing my last pair into 1, 2, 3, the 3rd stitch. And then there's the 3 chain between them. So standard, we've been doing this all the way around. Okay, so I'm now, oh no, still one more little thing to do. So 4 chain, 1 double crochet in that chain space. Okay, and here we go. So I'm going to make 4 chain here, and I'm going to go into the space where I started. So I'm going to just take that out now, just take my stitch marker out now. I don't really need that at all. And I'm going to make one more treble 2 together, UK terminology, or double 2 together, US terminology. And that's the third of, do you remember I told you there's going to be 3 in the corners, 2 everywhere else, but 3 in the corners. That's the third one we've made there. 3 chain, and I'm not going to join into the top of the 3 chain that I made at the beginning. I'm skipping that. I'm going to join into the top of that first treble I made. And that has closed that round. I'll just pull that out just so you can see. Close that round, and you can see what's happened here at the corner is I've completed the 3 of those little treble 2 together stitches to complete that edging. All right, so that's lovely. That is edging round 3, and we are ready to move on to edging round 4.